Alright, so I leave for PAX in the morning, and I have been trying to get this video done for at least 2 weeks now, and we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. So I'm going to PAX Unplugged tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to several games. Not many on my absolute buy list, as I have had in previous years, because I did have a friend head down to, or over to Essen this year, so I got a few previews in. But I'm just going to go through the list on Board Game Geek and let you know some of the games I'm excited about, some of the ones that I want to demo, and some of the ones that I already have or have already played that I really think you should take a look at while you're at PAX Unplugged. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and dive in over here. So every year there's a PAX Unplugged 2025 preview list on Board Game Geek. I tend to go in there and filter it by the thumbs to see what is best and kind of go through the list like that. Highly recommend you do the same. Alright, so just going through, this is in no particular order, just kind of how they ended up in my tabs here on Chrome. So Flintlock, it is a 1 to 4 player game. It is based off of Blitzkrieg, which I've never played, but I've heard really good things about. This one does say that it plays 4 as a 2v2 team-based, which is not always my favorite when they do that. I think this should be a 1 to 2 player if that's the case. But you know what? Who knows? Maybe they really did optimize it for a 2v2 experience. I'm interested in it a lot for the solo, but also the 1v1. So we'll take a look at how this is. This is billed as a 20-minute game, and I'm really starting to get hooked on those 20-minute dueling games. So excited to take a look at this one. Next one up is Wonderland's War Duel. So I've already actually backed this one. So this is a demo, another demo that I want to take a look at while we're there. This is by Druid City Games, artwork by Manny Tremblay. I love Wonderland's War. It has been top of my list for many years. When I heard there was a 2-player game coming out, I was super excited. I've seen several reviews online. I think the most recent one I saw was by Grant, and I just raved about it. So this apparently is a really good distillation. I am super excited to play this, and then I can't wait till next September when I get my copy. So definitely going to demo this. Speaking of Druid City Games, they have a Flippin' Right coming out that's based off of a deck of cards. It's supposed to be pretty light, pretty airy about that. You know what? If they have it, I'm probably going to pick it up, or if they have pre-orders, I'll probably pre-order it. I can't get enough of Manny's artwork in my house, so I'm really happy to have this one too. This looks like a nice light little Flippin' Right, plus it's a deck of cards with his artwork on it, so I'm sold. This one I'm actually going to demo, not for myself, but this one is mostly for Scott. Not that I don't think I'm going to enjoy it, but he is the one who called it out. Scott's not able to make it down to PAX this year. So this is Grendel. It looks like it is a bit of an area control game going on. Let's take a look. It is chit pull system, deck and bag, and pool building. Push your luck with Rondell. Okay, so I was wrong. No area control at all. Push your luck. But it is... yeah, I mean, it looks like a pretty cool game. I probably should have read a little bit more about this before filming this one. Sorry, Scott. I know that you're going to watch this and shame me for this. But I'll give this a demo while I'm at PAX and let him know how it is. This one is on my demo list, even though I think it is going to be available there. This is from Cardboard Alchemy. It is Flamecraft Duels. I've got a copy of this coming already, but they do have this for demo there, and I am very excited to go ahead and give this a try. Love Flamecraft. It's a nice, light worker placement style game. Rondell style game? I don't know. One of the two. Kind of blend of the two mechanics. Anyways, I really enjoy that game. Love the artwork. I'm excited to take a look at this one and see how this one is before I get my copy. Whisperwood. I had no idea about this one at all. This is another one from Cardboard Alchemy. Alex Radcliffe over on Board Game Co. Sorry, I'm talking fast and I can't talk apparently. Had this in his preview video, and that's what turned me on to it. And it's a bag building game, which is honestly all I needed to know. But also the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. So definitely going to be checking this out if they've got it for demo, and we'll probably be picking this up when it comes out. And last on my list of ones that I'm going to demo, this is from Weird City Games. This is Satchel Quest. I've already backed this one. I have my copy coming. I have no willpower. It is a bag building dungeon crawler. Super excited about this one. Love the artwork. Love the idea of a bag building dungeon quest. So really excited to give this one a try. Next up are the games that I'm going to grab if I see. Not guaranteed on all of these. You'll see, there's a lot in here. Some of them I might grab, some of them I might not. First up is going to be Graft, IV Studio. So I just got my copy of Tend, and I am absolutely loving it. Such a fun game, and this is a card drafting version of it. So it is 3 to 5 players, which makes me sad because I can't solo it. But my game group really likes Tend, so I kind of expect that this one's going to be a hit too. So if I see this one there, I'm going to go ahead and give it a grab. So this one is Leaders. This is if I remember correctly, this one is a 2-player trick-taking game. I might be misremembering. Let's see. Let's take a look here. This might not be trick taking. I might be misremembering with a different game. Artwork looks really cool on this. Kind of looks a little bit chess-like. I've been hearing good things about it. I haven't heard too much in terms of the details, so I'm definitely going to give this a demo if I see it, and I might give it a grab. I've been getting really hooked on the 2-player games lately. This one is Galileo Galilei, the expansion Luna. I've only played the base game like 2 times at this point, but I enjoy it, and being in the industry I'm in, I think I'm required to buy anything that is space-related in my other hobbies. I think it's a law, so... Speaking of space-related games, this game I've only played a handful of times, 5 or 6 times now. SETI is fantastic. I adore this game. I'm terrible at it. I'm absolutely awful at it, but I really, really like it. Everything I've heard is that space agencies it's their asymmetric leaders that get added to it, and it turns a good game into a great game, which I'm just super excited about. So I'm going to grab this copy probably as I walk in on Friday. Torchlit. So this one, I think this is the one I was thinking about before. So this one is a 2 to 5 player trick-taking dungeon delve. Trick-taking I can take or leave, but trick-taking dungeon delve sounds really, really interesting. So I'm going to give this one a shot if I see it. The artwork's pretty cool. I really like... I really, really like the art. It's bold, it's crisp, it's clear. That dragon is freaking adorable. So if I see it, and I will probably pick it up. Another one from IV Studios. This one's Pillars of Fate. This is their 2-player game based off of Veiled Fate. Love Veiled Fate at its highest player count. I've heard that this gives you a lot of the same experience that you get at that higher player count, except at 2 players, which is really interesting to me. So very interested to give this a demo. Missed out on demoing it at Level Up this year. I was just a little bit too busy with other games, but definitely going to check this out and probably pick up a copy. This is a solo game, so this one I'm going to pick up for myself and for Scott. So we've got Hercules and the 12 Labors. So this one has been likened to 20 Strong, which honestly gives me mixed feelings. I was not a huge fan of 20 Strong. I felt it was a little bit too mean for the sake of mean. But that being said, the artwork on this is really, really nice. I've heard really good things about it, and I'm always willing to give things a shot, especially when they're, inexpensive little solo games. I'll definitely give it a whirl. So, gonna pick this one up when I see it. Lord of the Rings, 2 Towers, trick-taking game. So I just dove back into the Fellowship of the Ring and been having a lot of fun with that one. So that one is a solid little game. It's like The Crew, but it's Lord of the Rings themed, which is good because I like The Crew just fine. But the Lord of the Rings theme really elevates it for me. And there's a little bit of a story to it because, it's walking through the Fellowship of the Ring, and this one will walk through the 2 Towers. But if I'm being honest, one of the main reasons I'm picking this up is the artwork, which is, I know that I say I love artwork on games, but it's rare that I will pick up a game that I kind of expect to just display more than I expect to play it. But it's absolutely beautiful. I love the box art, and I love the card art, so I'm going to grab this one. So this one I kind of put on a, I hope, half joke. So back in, I think it was May, Scott and I were debating who was going to bite the bullet and pick up the big box of Orleans. Orleans is a fantastic game. It's what introduced me to bag building games. It is just so much fun and immersive, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. I decided to let Scott pick it up at that time, and he just got his copy in a month ago now, and it's gorgeous. I'm probably going to be able to resist this. I'm probably going to be able to resist it. But I might come home with a giant $200 box. We'll see. The next games on the list here are the ones that I have already played or that I own, and that I'm going to go ahead and say that you should really check them out if you see them there. Apparently I can't tab. There it is. So Perseverance, Castaway Chronicles. This is from Mind Clash Games. So I love Mind Clash games. They sit right in a sweet spot of those heavy games for me. Not going to break them out every night, but when I do break them out, I thoroughly enjoy them. Picked up the first Perseverance because dinosaurs. Do I need to say more? Dinosaurs. So I picked that up. Really enjoyed playing it solo. Haven't played it multiplayer, but I played it solo several times now. Have never won, but I've really enjoyed it all the times I've played it. It's a dice drafting worker placement game. The first one's a little bit crisis managey, and then you're starting to build out your civilization in the second chapter. I actually liked the crisis management part of it, but I liked the civilization building part in the second chapter even better. I've only played chapter 3 so far in 3 and 4, but you get to tame dinosaurs, and you get to put these little tiny saddles on your dinosaurs when you tame them. So, but the gameplay was really fun too. So I'm really excited to try chapter 4. It's sitting over there on my shelf right now, waiting to be played. It's actually bending my shelf over there. But excited to play that one. So check this one out if you swing by Mind Clash's booth. Covenant. We just played this last week. This is a new Devere game. Small box? Yeah, we'll call it small box. Kind of small, medium box series. Dwarves digging through rubble in their mountain and building out their civilization. A little bit of a sandbox in terms of how you do it, but it's a worker placement game, but the workers are placed onto your board, and that's where all your actions are, and you can expand your action. Oh, it's so good. We expected to like it, but we really, really liked it. It was really good, and the artwork, I'm going to make this artwork bigger. So the original artwork, in fact, I think I just saw the original artwork. I'll show you in a second. The original artwork, yeah, I think it was this right here. Yeah, here it was. So this was the original artwork, and it was good. I liked this. It was already catching my eye, but then they upgraded it to this, and oh my god, that box art is gorgeous. So really liked this game. Check this out if you see it. White Castle Duel. So this one is White Castle, except 2-player. So if you are familiar with White Castle at all, it is really a action economy game. You get 9 actions for the entire game, and then that's it. You're done. So in White Castle Duel, you get 12 actions. You flow your actions out onto the board for the first 6, and then you draw them back in for the latter 6. And I don't know what it is exactly about it. Maybe it's just because they've simplified the action spaces a little bit, but I like White Castle Duel better than I like White Castle. It is really good. I've enjoyed it every time that I've played it so far. There's enough space to breathe in there to start your engine, unless you really screw up like I did one time and I had no engine at all. But when you play smartly, it's really good. I thoroughly enjoy this one. Check out White Castle Duel. 10. Already mentioned 10 because I'm picking up Graft. 10 is a flip and right game, but for heavier gamers. So it's got a lot going on. So if you've watched the channel at all, you know that Hadrian's Wall is one of my all-time favorite solo games. It is a flip and right that looks like an Excel sheet. This is kind of the same, but it's all about growing things on your farm, or fishing and mining and chopping down wood and everything. But it's a great tactile experience because you get to scratch off a card for your resources in the mines or the forest, or you get to flip your dice as you're rolling them up to to produce on your animals or to produce on your farmland. Really, really good game. Looking forward to playing it a lot more. Definitely check this out over at Ivy Studios. And then, last but not least, Emberheart. So I put this on my recommendation list, but honestly, I haven't played it yet. It's going in my bag. I'm hoping to play it while I'm there with some friends. This is a Mind Clash Games foray into lighter games. So this is only a 2.76 weight, which for them is very light. Worker placement game, and it's dragons. That's really all I needed to know. I started to play it solo, and I liked it so far. So I'm excited to break this out with some friends and give it a try. So those are the games right now that I see that I'm really interested in picking up or demoing, or just that I recommend for you for PAX Unplugged this weekend. I'm going to be there all weekend, so give me a shout if you want to stop by and play any games. I'll probably spend a good amount of my time up in First Look again. Love being up in First Look, nice and quiet up there. I'll bring some of my games out, but shoot me a message. Let's get together. Let's play some games. As always, please do like and subscribe below. It really helps us grow our reach here at OwlDragon Adventures. And as always, thank you for joining us on our board game adventures.